Greetings, seekers of ancient wisdom and keepers of forgotten lore. Welcome to a journey into the mystical heart of our world, where the whispers of the past still echo in the present. Tonight, as the sun dips below the horizon on this 6th day of September, the veil between our world and realms unseen thins. Beware, for this is a day of profound protection, but also one where careless actions can invite unseen dangers. It is a day when the very earth once opened to swallow malevolence, thanks to a celestial guardian, forever imprinting its spiritual significance upon the fabric of time. This particular date, September 6th, may not immediately bring to mind a universally recognized Western holiday, yet its underlying energies resonate deeply with themes of divine intervention, shifting seasons, and the subtle dance between light and shadow. While some cultures mark it with specific religious observances, its true power lies in its connection to universal forces, the changing of the guard from summer's warmth to autumn's embrace, and the enduring legend of a protector whose might reshaped the very landscape. It's a day when we are reminded that powerful forces are ever at play, ready to defend the innocent and uphold the balance of the cosmos. We dive into a unique blend of spiritual might and natural mystique, a day to seek protection, understand omens, and honour the unseen forces that safeguard our existence. In the spiritual calendar, September 6th holds a significant place within the Eastern Orthodox tradition, commemorating the miracle of the Archangel Michael at Chonae. For those who follow this ancient path, it is a day to honour one of heaven's most formidable figures, the Archangel Michael. Michael, whose name means "who is like God," is revered as the leader of the heavenly hosts, the supreme commander of God's army. He is not merely a soldier, he is a beacon of divine justice, a healer of ailments, and the ultimate protector against all forms of evil, both seen and unseen. He is the one who casts out demons, guides the souls of the departed, and stands as a formidable shield for humanity. On this day, the faithful turn to Archangel Michael with profound devotion, seeking his powerful intercession. People pray for protection against spiritual attacks, for deliverance from physical illnesses, and for courage in the face of adversity. Many seek his guidance in matters of justice, asking him to help right wrongs and to protect the innocent. Women often pray for the safety of their homes and families, while those facing difficult journeys or new beginnings implore his protection for safe passage and divine oversight. It is believed that Michael's powerful presence on this day makes prayers for healing, strength, and the warding off of malevolent forces especially potent. The energy of this day, whether acknowledged by specific rites or felt intuitively, is one of heightened spiritual vigilance and the potential for powerful, transformative protection. Even for those not tied to orthodox traditions, the archetype of a celestial warrior and protector resonates deeply with ancient pagan beliefs in guardian spirits, land wights, and powerful deities who defended their sacred spaces and their people. To truly grasp the essence of this day, we must journey back in time to the ancient lands of Phrygia, near the bustling city of Hierapolis, in what is now modern-day Turkey. Imagine a land of rugged mountains and fertile valleys, where the earth breathed with ancient magic and hot springs bubbled forth, revered for their healing properties. Here, amidst this natural grandeur, stood a humble yet deeply sacred church, consecrated to the Archangel Michael. Its guardian was a devout and righteous man named Archippus. For 60 years, Archippus, a silent pillar of faith, served the church, ensuring its sanctity and welcoming all who came to partake in the miraculous spring waters nearby. This spring, it was said, possessed extraordinary healing powers, a divine gift attributed to Archangel Michael himself. The water's fame spread far and wide, drawing not only the faithful seeking solace and cure, but also pagans, curious and often resentful of the growing Christian influence. As the church flourished and more people embraced the new faith, the local pagan priests grew increasingly envious and hostile. They saw their own temples emptying, their ancient gods slowly being forgotten, and their influence waning. Their hearts festered with malice, leading them to conceive a wicked plan to destroy the sacred Christian site, and with it, the unwavering faith of Archippus. Their scheme was cunning and audacious. They would divert two mighty mountain rivers, the Lycocaparus and the Kouphos, channeling their combined torrents directly towards the church. Their aim was clear: to utterly engulf the sanctuary in a devastating flood, washing away all traces of the Christian presence and extinguishing the hope it represented. It was a calculated act of environmental destruction, a sacrilege against both God and nature. For 10 long years the pagans toiled, redirecting the rivers with immense effort, carving new channels through the unforgiving landscape. Finally, the day came when their malevolent work was complete. The roaring waters, now combined into a monstrous current, surged towards the church, threatening to consume everything in their path. The air vibrated with the ominous sound of the approaching deluge, a terrifying symphony of destruction. Archippos, along with other Christians who had gathered, stood firm, their hearts filled with both dread and unwavering faith. They prayed fervently, their voices rising above the growing roar of the rivers, pleading for divine intervention. They knew that human strength was useless against such a force. Only a miracle could save them. Just as the first waves crashed against the church's foundations, a blinding light descended from the heavens. With a majestic, awe-inspiring presence, the Archangel Michael himself appeared before them, radiant and formidable, his very form emanating divine power. He stood as a colossal figure of light, casting an ethereal glow over the terrified landscape. With a voice that resonated with the authority of the divine, he commanded the raging waters to halt. Then, in a gesture of unparalleled power, he struck the earth with his staff, not once, but thrice, and the ground beneath them began to tremble violently. A colossal chasm, dark and unfathomable, ripped open in the earth, directly in the path of the oncoming deluge. The roaring rivers, as if drawn by an invisible hand, plunged headlong into this newly formed abyss, vanishing into the depths of the earth, leaving the church and its faithful unharmed. The silence that followed was profound, broken only by the gasps of the onlookers and the distant echoes of the swallowed waters. The pagans, witnessing this impossible spectacle, were struck with terror and awe. Their wicked plan had not only failed, but had been thwarted by a force beyond human comprehension. They fled in disarray, their hearts filled with fear, their malice turned to dust. The sight became known as Chonae, meaning to sink, or to pour, a perpetual reminder of the miracle. This dramatic event cemented Archangel Michael's reputation as a powerful protector, not just of souls, but of sacred spaces and the very fabric of faith. It stands as a timeless legend, a powerful testament to the triumph of good over evil, faith over malice, and the enduring presence of divine protection in a world often threatened by darkness. This story reminds us that even when confronted by overwhelming forces, there is always hope for a miraculous intervention, especially when our faith remains steadfast. Taikamanos. Signs of Destiny on September 6th. On this day, when the veil between worlds is exceptionally thin, the universe speaks to us through subtle signs foretelling what lies ahead. Pay close attention, for these are not mere coincidences, but whispers from the cosmos, guiding your path and revealing hidden truths. 1. Folk omens, weather and harvest omens. 1. A heavy dew at dawn. If you wake to a morning heavy with dew on September 6th, it's a potent sign of a bountiful harvest in the coming year, particularly for late-season crops. The abundance of moisture reflects the earth's fertility and a promise of prosperity. It suggests that nature is recharging, ready to give back in full measure. 2. A clear, star-filled night. If the night sky on September 6th is exceptionally clear and sparkling with stars, it portends stable and pleasant weather for the coming weeks, often extending into early autumn. This omen suggests a period of calm and predictability, ideal for harvesting and preparing for the colder months. It's a celestial blessing of steady rhythms. 3. Early falling leaves, especially oak and maple. If the leaves of oak and maple trees are already showing significant colour and falling rapidly on this day, it's a strong indicator of an early and potentially harsh winter. Nature is signalling a hurried transition, urging you to prepare for colder, more challenging times sooner rather than later. 4. Geese flying south in large formations. Observing geese flying south in large, organised V formations on September 6th is a classic omen for a particularly cold and long winter. Their early and determined migration indicates an innate understanding of impending severe weather, a warning from the wild for us to heed. 5. The sound of distant thunder. If you hear thunder rumbling in the distance on this day, it signifies a significant change brewing, not just in weather, but in life circumstances. It's a warning of impending shifts, urging you to be adaptable and ready to navigate new currents. Thunder often clears the air, metaphorically and literally. 6. Swallows flying unusually low to the ground. When swallows swoop and dive very close to the earth, it's an old sign that rain is imminent. Their sensitivity to atmospheric pressure changes makes them living barometers. On this day, it suggests that emotional and environmental fronts are shifting, bringing a cleansing or a challenge. 7. Spiders weaving intricate webs in the morning sun. If you see many spiders diligently weaving elaborate webs, shimmering in the morning light, it's a sign of good fortune and prosperity. Spiders are seen as weavers of destiny, and their industriousness on this day promises that your efforts will be rewarded with intricate, successful outcomes. Household and money omens. 1. Finding a discarded coin. Discovering a coin, especially an old or unusual one, on this day is a clear sign of unexpected financial luck or a new opportunity. It symbolises that fortune is looking favourably upon you and that hidden value may soon reveal itself in your life. Pick it up, thank the universe, and keep it as a charm. 2. Accidentally dropping something sharp, a knife, a needle. If a sharp object slips from your grasp and falls, it's an omen of potential conflict, sharp words, or minor disagreements within your household or social circle. Be mindful of your words and actions today, as tensions may be easily provoked. Take care to avert unnecessary strife. 3. An unexpected bird landing on your windowsill. A bird pausing on your windowsill, particularly if it seems to look in, is believed to bring news or a message from afar. On September 6th, this message often relates to protection or an upcoming journey. Listen to your intuition. The bird may be a messenger from the spirit world. 4. An itchy left palm. An age-old superstition states that an itchy left palm signifies money coming into your possession. On this day, when divine blessings are potent, it could indicate an unexpected financial gain or a new income stream. Do not scratch it, but rather rub it against a wooden surface to seal the incoming luck. 5. A sudden, unexplainable chill in a warm room. If you feel a sudden, pervasive chill in a warm, comfortable room, it can signify the presence of a wandering spirit or an unseen entity. On a day when the veil is thin, this is a call to strengthen your protective measures and to be mindful of unseen influences around you. Light a candle for protection. Dreams in the night of September 6th. Dreams experienced on the night of September 6th are considered particularly significant, often carrying direct messages from Archangel Michael or other benevolent spirits. They are not to be dismissed as mere subconscious ramblings, but rather as windows into your destiny and spiritual state. Pay close attention to recurring symbols and the overall feeling of your dreams. Dreams of water. Given the miracle at Chonae, dreams involving water are especially potent. Clear, flowing water signifies purification, emotional clarity, and blessings. Raging, turbulent water, ones of emotional upheaval or a need for protection from destructive forces. Water receding or being swallowed by the earth suggests the overcoming of obstacles and the vanishing of problems. Dreams of earth or chasms. Dreaming of stable earth represents grounding, security, and your foundations. A chasm or opening in the earth, however, can symbolize hidden truths coming to light, a profound transformation, or a protective intervention, just as Michael created one. It might also signify an unexplored part of your subconscious or a necessary release. Dreams of archangels or radiant figures. Seeing Archangel Michael or any radiant winged figure in your dream is a direct message of divine protection, guidance, and spiritual strength. Such a dream assures you that you are watched over and that help is available for your struggles. It can also signify a call to embody qualities of courage and justice. Dreams of battles or conflict. Dreaming of engaging in a battle, whether you're fighting or simply witnessing, reflects your inner struggles or external challenges you are facing. If you are victorious, it signifies triumph over adversity. If you are struggling, it is a sign to seek spiritual aid and strengthen your resolve. Michael is the warrior, and such dreams are a reflection of your own fight. Dreams of light and shadows. Bright, pure light in a dream symbolizes hope, enlightenment, and spiritual awakening. Deep shadows or darkness, conversely, can represent unresolved fears, hidden aspects of your psyche, or the presence of negative influences. The interplay between light and shadow can reveal your current spiritual balance and what you need to address. Dreams of sacred spaces. Dreaming of churches, temples, or other holy sites, especially those associated with healing or protection, indicates a need for spiritual refuge or that your faith is a powerful source of strength. These dreams encourage you to seek sanctuary and connect with your spiritual core. Born on this day, September 6th. Those born on September 6th are said to carry a unique spiritual blueprint, often reflecting the powerful energies of protection and justice associated with Archangel Michael. Their destiny is intertwined with safeguarding others and upholding truth. Individuals born on this day are typically strong-willed and resilient. They possess an innate inner strength and an unwavering determination. They face challenges head-on and emerge from adversity not just intact, but stronger and more resolute. They have a core of steel that allows them to weather any storm. Protective and loyal. Their protective instincts are highly developed. They are fiercely loyal to their loved ones, often acting as a shield against harm, both physical and emotional. They instinctively stand up for the underdog and defend those who cannot defend themselves. Intuitive and perceptive. They often possess a keen intuition, a sixth sense, that allows them to perceive hidden truths and discern the true intentions of others. This spiritual sensitivity can sometimes manifest as an interest in mystical or spiritual subjects. Seekers of justice and truth. They have a profound sense of right and wrong and are often drawn to causes that champion justice, fairness, and honesty. They cannot tolerate deceit or injustice and will tirelessly work to expose it. Enigmatic and deep. While outwardly strong, they often carry a certain enigmatic quality with a deep inner world that they may not readily share. They are thinkers, observers, and often have a profound spiritual or philosophical outlook on life. Destined for leadership. Their protective nature, strong will, and sense of justice often propel them into positions of leadership, whether in their careers, communities, or within their families. They are natural guides and pillars of strength for others. Challenged but protected. While they may encounter significant trials and tribulations in life, there is often an underlying sense that they are divinely protected, emerging from difficulties with renewed purpose and strength. They possess a guardian angel watching over them. Name days. For an English-speaking context, while name days are more prevalent in Orthodox or European Catholic traditions, we can acknowledge names closely associated with the Archangel Michael, or that carry a strong, protective resonance. Michael. The most direct connection, meaning, who is like God. Individuals named Michael are often seen as leaders, protectors, and possessing a strong moral compass. They embody courage, truth, and a sense of divine purpose, much like the Archangel himself. They are often charismatic and inspire trust in others, acting as a spiritual anchor for their communities. Michelle, Michaela. Feminine forms of Michael, embodying similar qualities of strength, leadership, and protection, often with a nurturing and intuitive dimension. Gabriel. Another prominent archangel associated with messages, communication, and divine revelation. Namesakes may be eloquent and insightful. Raphael. The archangel of healing and travel. Those named Raphael might possess a strong healing touch or a wanderlust, seeking knowledge and bringing comfort. Augusta, Augustine. Though a different root, these names are associated with majestic or venerable, reflecting the grandeur of divine figures. Traditions and rituals. For September 6th, what needs to be done? On this day of heightened spiritual protection and shifting energies, specific actions and rituals can align you with benevolent forces, ward off negativity, and invite blessings into your life. Engage with these traditions mindfully, for intent is paramount. Wara 1. The ritual of protective cleansing. Goal. To purify your home and personal energy field, removing stagnant or negative influences and inviting the protective light of Archangel Michael. What you'll need: a bowl of pure fresh water, spring or filtered is best, a generous pinch of sea salt, and a small sprig of fresh rosemary or dried sage. When and how to conduct. This ritual is most potent at dawn or dusk. Pour the water into the bowl, add the sea salt, stirring clockwise with your finger while visualizing the salt dissolving negative energy. Gently place the rosemary or sage into the water. Hold the bowl in your hands, close your eyes and say, "By the power of water, earth and sky, Archangel Michael, hear my cry. Cleanse this space, make it bright and pure, from all harm forever secure. Protect my home, protect my way, bless this sacred September day." Then, walk through your home, starting from the entrance and moving clockwise, sprinkling the water lightly in every corner, over thresholds and on windowsills. Focus on the intention of cleansing and protection, imagining a golden light filling each space. What to do after. Once you've cleansed your home, take the remaining water and pour it out onto the earth, near a living plant or tree, stating, "As this water returns to the earth, so too does all negativity return to its source, transformed and harmless. This completes the cycle, returning any absorbed negativity to be neutralized by the earth." 2. Establishing a guardian altar for Michael. Goal. To create a dedicated focal point within your home, to invoke and honor Archangel Michael, seeking his ongoing protection, guidance, and strength. What you'll need: a small clean surface, a shelf, a small table, a white candle, incense, frankincense, myrrh, or sandalwood are traditional for Michael, a small statue or picture of Archangel Michael, a single feather, representing celestial messengers, and a smooth, naturally found stone, symbolizing grounding and protection. When and how to conduct. Set up your altar in a quiet, undisturbed place in your home. Arrange the items thoughtfully. On September 6th, at any time you feel drawn, light the candle and the incense. Sit quietly before your altar. Hold the feather and the stone, focusing on your intention for protection and guidance. Speak your prayers or intentions aloud or silently, addressing Michael directly. For example, "Great Archangel Michael, I invite your sacred presence into my home. Stand as my guardian, protect me and my loved ones from all harm, and guide my path with truth and courage. May this altar be a beacon of your light." What to do after. Allow the candle to burn for at least an hour or completely if it is a small votive. Extinguish it safely. You can keep this altar as a permanent fixture, refreshing the candle and incense as needed, or you can dismantle it respectfully after 7 days, returning the feather and stone to nature with gratitude. 3. The water blessing ritual, echoing Chonae. Goal: to imbue water with protective and healing properties, drawing on the energy of Michael's miracle at Chonae, making it a powerful tool for well-being. What you'll need: a clear glass or jar of fresh pure water, again, spring or filtered is ideal, and optionally, a silver coin placed beside it. Silver is associated with purity and intuition. When and how to conduct: just before bedtime on the night of September 6th, place the glass of water on a windowsill where it can receive the energy of the night sky, or on your bedside table. Place the silver coin beside it if using. As you place it, speak your intention. May this water be blessed by the celestial guardians, imbued with purity and protection, bringing healing and clarity. In the morning, before consuming or using, hold the glass in your hands. Visualize Archangel Michael's radiant light infusing the water, charging it with protective and healing energy. Focus on gratitude and your intentions for health, clarity, or protection. What to do after: you can drink this blessed water, using it to cleanse your internal system. Alternatively, you can use small amounts to gently cleanse objects you wish to protect, such as jewellery, talismans, or even the handles of your front door. You may also gently anoint your forehead or pulse points for personal spiritual strength. Culinary traditions, harvest bounty and protective meals. While there isn't a single specific dish strictly tied to September 6th in general Western folklore, this day falls squarely within the rich tapestry of early autumn harvest. The culinary traditions emphasize gratitude for nature's bounty and the preparation for the cooler months, often with a focus on hearty, comforting, and nourishing foods that symbolize protection and sustenance. Apple dishes. Apples are abundant in early September. Baking apple pies, crisps, or preparing spiced apple cider is a wonderful way to honor the harvest. Apples symbolize health, knowledge, and abundance, and cooking them with warming spices like cinnamon and nutmeg brings a sense of comfort and home protection. Root vegetables and hearty stews. Dishes featuring root vegetables like carrots, potatoes, parsnips, and onions, often prepared in hearty stews or roasts, are traditional. These foods connect us to the earth's grounding energy and provide essential nourishment. A long simmered stew can symbolize the slow, steady accumulation of blessings and resilience. Freshly baked bread. Baking bread from scratch is a sacred act, representing the staff of life and the fruits of labour. On this day, baking a simple loaf of bread, perhaps with a sprinkle of herbs like rosemary for protection, and sharing it with loved ones, is a powerful ritual of gratitude and community building. It symbolises bringing sustenance and security into the home. Nourishing soups. As the air begins to cool, warm, nourishing soups, perhaps a vegetable medley or a creamy squash soup, are perfect. These meals are not just food for the body, but also for the soul, offering comfort and a sense of being cared for, which aligns with Michael's protective energy. Emphasis on sharing. The most important culinary tradition is to share your meals with family and friends. Breaking bread together fosters community, strengthens bonds, and creates a protective circle of love and camaraderie, which is a powerful defense against loneliness and discord. Glavnia zapreti dnia, what must not be done, on September 6th. Just as certain actions can invite blessings, others can disturb the delicate spiritual balance of September 6th, risking misfortune or weakening your protective shield. Heed these prohibitions with care, for the consequences of disregard can be far-reaching. 1. Do not engage in vain arguments or gossip. Mystical reason. Archangel Michael is a warrior of truth and divine order. Petty arguments, backbiting, and gossip create spiritual discord, attracting lower vibrational energies and negating the protective influence of benevolent spirits. These negative verbal acts are a form of spiritual pollution. Consequences of violation. Engaging in such behavior weakens your spiritual defenses, leaving you vulnerable to negative influences. It can manifest as increased tension in your home, conflicts with loved ones, or attracting ill will and misunderstandings into your life. Your words may turn against you, and trust may erode. Tactile. 2. Avoid disrespecting water sources. Mystical reason. The miracle at Chonae centered around the protection of a sacred water source. All water is considered a living entity, a conduit for life and spiritual energy. Disrespecting or polluting water, even casually, is an affront to this life-giving force and the divine intervention that protected it. Consequences of violation. Violating this prohibition can lead to a scarcity of resources in your life, not just water. It may manifest as financial struggles, emotional dryness, or a disruption in the natural flow of luck and opportunities. You may experience feelings of stagnation or ill health linked to vital bodily functions. 3. Do not ignore calls for help or justice. Mystical reason. Archangel Michael embodies justice and the defense of the innocent. To turn a blind eye or a deaf ear to someone genuinely in need, especially if they are being wronged, is to act contrary to the very spirit of this day and Michael's divine mission. It is a spiritual neglect of duty. Consequences of violation. Ignoring a plea for help on this day can invite karmic debt, leading to situations where you yourself find no aid when you desperately need it. You may experience a sense of isolation or a crisis of conscience, and the universe may withdraw its support from your endeavours, as if you have failed a divine test. That's 4. Refrain from excessive spending or greed. Mystical reason. This day emphasises spiritual abundance, protection and gratitude for what you have, rather than material accumulation. Greed and excessive indulgence create a dense energy that obstructs the flow of spiritual blessings and blinds you to true, non-material wealth. It is a focus on the superficial rather than the profound. Consequences of violation. Excessive spending or acting from a place of greed on September 6th can lead to unforeseen financial difficulties, losses, or a persistent feeling of emptiness despite material possessions. It can also attract individuals who seek to exploit your resources, leaving you vulnerable to deceit. 5. Do not undertake major journeys without blessing. Mystical reason. Days of significant spiritual energy and transition, like September 6th, can be unpredictable. Unseen forces are particularly active, and the path ahead may hold unexpected obstacles. Undertaking a major journey without seeking divine protection leaves you vulnerable to these unseen influences and potential mishaps. Consequences of violation. Travelling without conscious blessing on this day may lead to an increased risk of accidents, significant delays, lost belongings, or encountering unwelcome energies and individuals on your path. It can disrupt the protective aura around you, making your journey arduous and fraught with challenges. 6. Avoid leaving sharp objects unattended or pointed recklessly. Mystical reason. Sharp objects such as knives, scissors, or needles are symbolic of aggression, division, and cutting ties. When left carelessly or pointed in a threatening manner, they can attract negative, cutting energy into your home or personal space, especially on a day when spiritual forces are more sensitive. Consequences of violation. This seemingly minor oversight can lead to an increase in minor domestic accidents, sharp words, or unexpected quarrels within the household. It may create an atmosphere of unease or latent hostility, subtly eroding the peace and harmony of your environment. Chapter number 7. Do not speak ill of the dead or ancestors. Mystical reason. During times when the veil between worlds is thin, the spirits of ancestors and the departed are often closer and more receptive. To speak ill of them is a profound act of disrespect, disturbing their peace and severing a vital spiritual connection to your lineage. It creates spiritual discord that ripples through generations. Consequences of violation. Such disrespect can bring unrest into your family, cause unexplained misfortunes, or manifest as a persistent feeling of coldness or unease within your home. It can also weaken your ancestral protection, leaving you feeling unsupported and disconnected from your roots, leading to a sense of isolation. 8. Do not be wasteful with food. Mystical reason. September 6th is nestled within the harvest season, a time of gratitude for the earth's bounty. Wasting food on this day is an act of disrespect towards nature's generosity, the hard work of those who produced it, and the very concept of abundance. It signals ingratitude to the universe. Consequences of violation. Disregarding food on this day can lead to future scarcity, not just in provisions but in other areas of your life. It can manifest as a persistent feeling of lack, a loss of appreciation for what you have, and a diminished flow of blessings, as if the universe is withholding its bounty due to your ungratefulness. 9. Avoid breaking promises or oaths. Mystical reason. Integrity and faithfulness are paramount to celestial guardians. To break a promise or an oath on a day overseen by Archangel Michael is a profound betrayal of trust and personal honor. It creates a rift in your spiritual contract with the universe and with those to whom you made the promise. Consequences of violation. Breaking promises on September 6th can lead to a significant loss of trust from others, personal misfortune, and a deep sense of spiritual abandonment. Your word may lose its power, and you may find it difficult to gain the trust or support of others when you truly need it. It can haunt your conscience and your future interactions. 10. Do not disregard omens or intuition. Mystical reason. As the veil is thin, the universe is actively communicating through signs and inner whispers. To disregard these omens or your strong intuition on this day is to willfully ignore divine guidance or crucial warnings from the spiritual realm. It is a closing off of your spiritual receptivity. Consequences of violation. Ignoring signs and intuition can lead to missed opportunities, unforeseen troubles, and a persistent feeling of being lost, off track. You may find yourself walking into difficult situations that could have been easily avoided, or failing to seize blessings that were clearly presented to you. It weakens your connection to your higher self and to divine protection. As the night deepens, remember the power of protection and the wisdom of the ancients. May your path be guided and your spirit safeguarded by the celestial guardians. Until next time, stay curious, stay mindful, and may the unseen forces watch over you.